Hello, parish family. We come now to the final meditation in the first week of Ignatius's spiritual exercises. This meditation is called the Kingdom of Christ. It comprises of two parts. The first is a meditation on an earthly king. The second is a meditation on Christ the King. Ignatius encourages retreatants to imagine a Christian earthly king with the following summons. It is my will to conquer all the lands of our enemies. Therefore, whoever wishes to join me in this enterprise must be content with the same food, drink, clothing as mine. So too he must work with me by day and watch with me by night, that as he has had a share in the toil with me afterwards, he may share in the victory with me. Ignatius then explains how reasonable it is that anyone who's a decent Christian would desire to follow and serve such a king. He then encourages the retreatant to move to the second meditation, that is on Christ the King. Christ has the following summons to each and to all. It is my will to conquer the whole world and all my enemies, and thus to enter into the glory of my Father. Therefore, whoever wishes to join me in this enterprise must be willing to labor with me, that by following me in suffering, he may follow me in glory. Thus, Ignatius is trying to show how even more reasonable it is to follow Christ the King in suffering, so as to share with him in glory. He concludes by saying those who wish to distinguish themselves in the service of Christ might consider offering the following prayer, entitled, Eternal Lord of all things. Eternal Lord of all things, in the presence of thy infinite goodness, and of thy glorious Mother, and of all the saints of thy heavenly court, this is the offering of myself, which I make with thy favor and help. I protest that it is my earnest desire and my deliberate choice, provided only it is for thy greater service and praise, to imitate thee in bearing all wrongs, and all abuse, and all poverty, both actual and spiritual, should thy most holy majesty deign to choose and admit me to such a state and way of life. Having offered such a prayer, Ignatius makes a note that the retreatant is encouraged in the following weeks to read a life of Christ and the lives of the saints, that we all might grow in knowledge of God, so as to grow in greater love of him, and so finally as to desire to serve him all the more wholly.